How we are back, Ball Central Podcast. It is your hosts, two of your hosts, the ones that've been backpacking Ball Central recently. Myself and John Patrick
Let's get it.
Philip Meyer.
So,
I don't
mm,
Patrick? It's Patrick,
no,
right?
actually, I mean it was close. It was close. It was close because I don't know if you know about this, but
Poughkeepsie Meyer.
Poughkeepsie, yeah. No, I'm a Catholic, so I do have a fourth middle name that starts with a P. It's actually never mind. I was gonna say it's Peter, but that's a joke. It's
St. Peter? Oh,
no, Francis, Saint Francis for the
ah,
animals. You know what I mean? But
gotcha. So, with that being said, we are back. The Ball Central Podcast. Me and John will be your hosts for today. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of basketball, NBA, and March Madness because a lot of our hearts got broken during this tournament. John's included, first day.
a little bit, but you never know. I mean, technically,
West Virginia, first day.
yeah, West Virginia first day, but I mean, this is the second straight year in a row that a New Jersey team out of nowhere has made the Sweet 16. I think that needs to be rectified because they've all been small schools and they're all from Jersey, which is it's oddly weird. So
Right, it's one of the first things we'll go about. So, with that being said, hey, Ball Central Podcast every Friday as of right now at noon. Down below, all the stuff you've seen down below, sliding past your screen, YouTube, Anchor, which is now Spotify for podcasters. Anchor switched from that to Spotify, so
crazy.
Spotify took them over. So, hey, it is what it is. We're here with whoever wants to record us. So, thank you for that.
Spotify's a G for that.
Yep. So we got to change that later on, and everywhere else that's down below. So, John, how have you been doing, sir?
I've been doing good. I've been doing very good. Just upgraded a lens so I can shoot super wide, like super long distance, so around 600 meters. I just went and shot some Rutgers rowing. My cousin is a freshman at Rutgers, and they had a little invitational at Rutgers last weekend, so I did a little shooting for my grandma. We had St. Patrick's Days over at my grandma in Plainfield, so honestly, it's been a good week, even though there've been some ups and downs from the tournament. But I mean, I'm enjoying March, and hopefully you are too. How are you doing, Phil?
You know, you might want to tell your cousin, whoever's at Rutgers, like keep an eye on Bill Belichick. You know how much he loves Rutgers and Rutgers players. So
you do.
I'm doing good so far. A little tired, even on my off day, but here we are. Hey, we have a bracket challenge that's going on for Ball Central. It's been going. Yeah, a lot of upsets here and there. This has been one of the most unpredictable tournaments we've had in a while. So are having fun with that. Also, just shot with IBT yesterday. Always a good group of guys to talk with. And hey, I'm ready to have a good time with my boy John over here.
Phil, how are they doing? How's IBT doing lately?
We're doing good. It was kind of a slow day yesterday, so not much is going on recently in sports. So we just had a chill talk about NBA. Me and Neil going back at it again as usual. Celtics versus Nets, yada rivalry.
I'm excited to see what the Falcons do in the draft. I'm excited to see what a lot of these teams do. So I mean, like, I definitely after the draft want to be on IBT again. I want to talk to you guys again. I mean, it's a fun conversation with a different group of guys that know a lot about football. So if you're not doing anything Wednesday nights live, IBT Sports. I'm telling you.
I'm pretty sure this will be your third time. You'd probably be on the most time than anyone else, to be honest. You'll be like. It'll be like our SNL tradition. The 3-timers, 4-timers, 5-timers club. So hey, we have some stuff to recap before we get into some of the news. NBA fantasy basketball. As of right now, I got knocked out as well as a team, I believe.
Okay.
So as of right now, your final four for the ESPN bracket is as follows. Let me see.
Phil, who are we rooting for?
Well, as of right now, before you give your guesses, RJ and Tommy they're close, like maybe 100 or 200 points apart. But Zach and Elijah, I think they're the same distance, maybe 200, 300. As of right now, as I see it, it most likely will be, unless RJ pulls off a miracle, a Tommy versus Zach final.
Wow.
So
in the words of Tommy Cooper, wow,
tremendous.
It's very tremendous.
So yeah, we'll try to have him on maybe next week to see how he feels about if he makes it to the finals. So
maybe we get Zach too. Get a little, you know what I mean?
Right.
Go a little combo on the pod. I mean, I'd like to hear some smack talking. I mean, Phil, who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for in this Final Four? Who do you hope comes out victorious? Underdog leading. Who are you rooting for?
I was hoping for Elijah and Tommy final because family.
A family final. I love that.
That'd be interesting. So hopefully E can pull it off because Zach's the number 1 seed in the league. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. But then I think the upset of the matchup here is Tommy versus RJ. Tommy's the 3 seed. RJ's the 2 seed. So we got to see how this works out. But
underdogs in March, you love it.
Low-key, I want Tommy to win because that'd be a really good. It'd be hilarious on my part. Just because
I love it when Tommy talks his shit because like sometimes he's not into fantasy, but this year he's been on fantasy basketball, like no doubt.
Yeah,
and it's nice to see it.
He only pays attention to fantasy basketball. Fantasy football is.
No, I know. Honestly, that's where we twin, bro. We're opposite, but we only pay attention to one sport. So I'm rooting for Tommy. Hell yeah! If Tommy is victorious, it'd be a crazy fantasy basketball season. And I kick myself a little bit for not being more involved. So my bad, Tommy. So let's get it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So we both want Tommy to win.
As of now, I mean, I could see E getting into the final if he could come back. That'd be awesome.
Luka's back, so he's gonna need everything from Luka.
I know. I hope he does. I mean, I'm also with Zach. Zach is somebody who's been with fantasy basketball with our group since the first year, so it's nice to see him in the Final Four, always representing the core group of guys that we had at Kaz. And RJ. I mean, I like to see him come back too. I mean, Tommy puts up a tough fight, and if you win, I mean, whoever's victorious in that, there's nothing but upsides to look at. So, I mean, as long as he keeps it close, I mean, I'm okay with the upset on RJ if he loses Tommy. He's had a really good year too. So, I don't know, but I'm excited for the final.
Speaking about updates, we have another one coming up. Our Prize Picks updates. We have we have 3 NBA Prize Picks updates to give to you.
All right. Well,
why oh no all of a sudden, John?
Oh well. I mean, as a Knicks fan, I think the one thing we can recognize is that RJ Barrett's had sort of a down season.
He's heating up though.
He's heating up. He's getting better. But like, I'm a little nervous come towards down the stretch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this is the one I made on my own.
Well, congratulations.
Friday, October 14th. So far, everything's hitting.
Congratulations.
Luka, Tyler Halliburton, Harden, DeJounte Murray, and Jaylen Brown. So that if everything keeps going the way it should be, I should be fine.
Well, damn, Phil, you couldn't have shared this.
I did.
I like it. Well, you probably did, but
I did.
I don't even remember you sharing this. I'm be honest with you. I mean, you probably did.
I made a whole video about it.
Okay.
Remember the hype tape?
This is what got me. The James Harden thing. The 10 or more assists. That's what got me.
Right.
I was on Luka. I was like, okay, Luka. All right, Harlan. And then you were like, James Harden. I was like, no, I don't know about that. And then, I mean, I like the picks. They look great. You know what I mean? But
so take 2250.
My bad. I definitely did not think James Harden would have more than 10 assists, average that at least, right?
I mean, he doesn't even need 11. He just needs 10.1. He honestly
good for him.
was good. The good thing about this is it's decimals.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I get like 0.1 higher, I win.
That's what's up.
Okay, let's go to hours.
All right. Well, RJ Barrett is heating up. I don't know how close you think that is. I don't know who put the pool one in. That's my question. Was that?
I think me and you agreed on that. I'm not gonna say it was just you. Me and you both agreed on it. So that's both on our end.
Definitely wasn't just me. I think I liked Poole, but
yeah.
What were we saying?
We should have Luka. We should have Luka.
We should have
Luka points.
But Luka was so inflated at the beginning of the season, and he didn't have a number 2. So I was afraid he was going to get injured. Although most of them were pretty good. 28 points was a good point, because now what is he going for? Over 30 something?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, they're going to have him next year over 32, and I'm not going to like that at all.
So Akeem's pick, DeJounte Murray, that's hitting so far. He's also in my personal one. Stephen Curry, that one's hitting so far. So far, the only ones I have to worry about is me and John's combined pick and Jordan Poole, and John's pick of RJ Barrett. So he has time.
I know, but I mean, he's had an off year to just a little bit, just from what he was supposed to take a little bit more of a step this year. That's all I'm saying. I like RJ Barrett. I think he's a decent quality, a really good player. All right. I don't, you know what I mean? He's having a downer year than I thought he would be having. That's all I'm saying.
Right. So he needs 0.7 to get the more. Not,
I still think he can do it. I've been on his side since day one.
There's plenty of time. If it's possible for him, all he needs is 0.7. So maybe average what? Maybe like 21, 22 points down the stretch, you should be fine.
Can he do that?
It's possible.
Okay. I mean,
I hope so for our sake. It's gonna end up like the Joe Mixon thing.
It's just Julius Randle has taken such a big step.
We should have bet on Julius Randle.
No, but like that. No one saw that coming. And if we bet on Julius Randle at the beginning of the year, everyone would have been like, "Are you crazy?" You know what I mean? Like
it would have hit.
It would have hit, but like you would have been like, "Are you kidding me?" You know what I mean?
Honestly, yeah. But hey, either way,
that's it. That's the only thing I mean. Like when we made these bets, it also made sense at the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like things have changed. People have gotten traded. I mean, the West looks completely different. You know what I mean? So
right. Hey, we got time. We got about what 10, 11 games left. So hopefully we can make some magic over here.
I'd love to make money. That'd be
absolutely awesome. 600. I mean, 200 for me, you, and Keem. So hopefully that works out. Okay. And then I made a personal one after All-Star break. So, nice. Right there, Luka, he had his 30-point game already. Check. LeBron might be coming back, so this could hit the. So far, it's at the standstill. So I need him to come back and average less than 29, which should be good. I need Anthony Edwards to come back and average maybe a couple more points, and then everything else hit. Giddey had his 2 triple doubles so far. I just needed 1. Donovan Mitchell's going crazy, and Trae Young's going crazy. So
nice,
good so far. Also, a little bit of an update. Me, Elijah, and hopefully John will be making an MLB season price pick. So those picks should be coming next week. So
I'm so on it because I really wanted the Mets closer to have. Like I was really thinking about betting on him because he just got paid. But like now he's out for the year. So like
yeah. You still got Pete Alonso. You still got other Mets players.
We got other Mets players that I believe are going to do well. But I mean, they're going to price him up higher. Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Like, I don't want to bet on Verlander and then him get hurt. You know what I mean? That would irritate the crap out of me.
Hey, as long as he hits his number and then gets hurt, we're good.
I know. Well, it's just, especially the New York media, it's ever since last year when they went after DeGrom, like, I don't know. It's just such a sour note. I don't know.
Yeah, so far, Elijah has his picks in. I think he chose DeGrom under ERA. And what was it? It was Juan Soto over home runs. I think it's at like 26, 25 or something close to that. Maybe like 30. So,
what are yours?
I haven't been looking yet. Maybe Trey Turner over home runs, or maybe I like home runs and hits. So we'll see. I mean, we have about a week. I'm gonna try to get everything solidified by Wednesday night, so I can put it up on the show next Thursday. Since officially the MLB season kicks off next Thursday. So
I know it's amazing. I cannot wait.
Yeah. So let's get into the first bit of news we're talking about. March Madness. How is everyone's brackets looking? I know there's no more for the men's bracket. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 left in the women's.
They're looking stressed. They're looking. I mean, I still got people in play, but it's looking okay at best.
So, just to recap our bracket that we made, our standings one. I think Zach's in first. I'm in second. Above the rim, I don't know who's that. Someone is in third. I'm in fourth, and then I got a second and fourth place bracket, and then John has the 5th place bracket. And then a good friend of the podcast, Kenny Lacey, is in 6th. So it's still fairly possible. One of us could win.
Oh yeah. I think we're counting our chickens a little too early, but
right.
I also think that I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what Princeton does. I'm excited to see what Baylor does. I'm excited. I don't know. I'm excited to see what a lot of these teams do. Kansas State.
Yep. Also, some notable upsets so far. Creighton, they beat Baylor to get here, and NC State, and the 15th seed is still alive. Princeton, they beat Arizona and Missouri to stay alive. They face Creighton in the next round. Wow,
I think they beat Creighton.
Who would have thought a 15 versus 6 seed?
I do like Princeton because the Ivy Leagues have a good league. overall. You know what I mean? Like Jeremy Lin came from that league. A bunch of people come from the Ivies that compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are just like a little too smart or a little too like not dumb to not go to Princeton or Harvard or Yale. You know what I mean? To not go there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
FAU was still alive. They have a matchup versus Tennessee coming up. Tennessee beat Duke, which meant a lot of people thought it was an upset because how Duke is.
I was annoyed FAU beat Fairleigh Dickinson University. I was happy to see them beat the Bowlers. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, like, it happened, but you never know. I mean,
okay. Let's see what else. Kansas State made it. They beat Kentucky. Marquette lost to Michigan State. Oof. Shaka Smart. There's a stat going around. Shaka Smart, head coach of Marquette, has lost 8 of the last 9 playoff March Madness games. So not a good sign.
That's tough, but I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's who you get. You know what I mean? Like they got Michigan State. They got a quality head coach. They got a quality team. You know what I mean? I mean, is that team phenomenal? No, but I mean, like that we've seen other Cinderellas go farther. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Cinderellas, Arkansas, they beat Illinois and number 1 seed Kansas to get a matchup against number 4 seed UConn in this upcoming match.
That's gonna be a fun game. Who are you taking, UConn or Arkansas?
UConn. I think UConn had a chance to make it to the Final Four.
Okay. Akeem would love that. Love to hear that.
Right. And I think that's pretty much all the upsets. So far, the matchups are Gonzaga versus UCLA, 2 versus 3.
Did you see Sanford in the women's division lost?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They lost to an 8 seed. Like, and the U's still going. So like the Van Vliet sisters are like, I don't know. It's getting interesting. I'm rooting for South Carolina because if South Carolina wins, I get some money. But I'd also like
nice.
UConn to play. Yeah, I made a bet at the beginning of the season that South Carolina would take it again. But I think they were favored. So I mean, it is what it is. But
here are the Sweet 16 matchups. And John, me and you will go over who you think will win. So
all right, let's go matchup by matchup.
Yeah, about it right now. Okay. Alabama versus San Diego State.
I'm gonna go Alabama. I got them going all the way to the championship. So why not?
Yep.
Let's give it a try.
I'm gonna go Creighton versus Princeton.
We're gonna roll with Princeton. We're gonna roll with them. Central Jersey strong. I like it.
I'm going Creighton.
Okay, you can go Creighton all day. I don't care.
Okay. FAU versus Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Tennessee as well.
Wait, when does Creighton and Princeton play?
See, the 24th. So tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Okay, cool. I have to go to New York then tomorrow because you can't bet on any New Jersey teams while in the state of New Jersey.
And same thing with New York.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well,
yeah, we can't bet on any college props or college teams in New York.
But who do you have other than Syracuse?
Colgate.
I guess you're gonna bet on Colgate.
You Albany.
Oh, you Albany. I'll give you Albany. I mean, you have Buffalo. You have a bunch of
University
other
of Buffalo. Yeah.
You have like the city schools, but Penn State. Yeah. I mean, no, not New York.
Okay. Kansas State versus Michigan State is playing right now. It's tied 17-17.
I'm going for Kansas State.
I'm going for Kansas State as well. Yeah.
I really like. Is it their small forward? I forget. He's the guy.
Keontae Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy who collapsed last year in Florida. And I'm happy to see he's getting a second chance. He turned down $5 million to play again.
Yep.
That's crazy.
They got a lot of heart for that kid.
Yeah.
Next up, Houston versus Miami. I got Houston. Houston and Alabama are all my true winners. I got to stick with them.
I got you. And I'm happy for you. And Houston might go all the way. But I'm going to have to roll with the U, baby. Nothing but the U. Hell yeah. Let's go for that upset. Hey. It's March. Let's dance.
Gotcha. Xavier versus Tennessee. Sorry, Xavier versus Texas. Sorry.
Ooh, it's a hard one. Where are you going with it?
I'm going Texas. I think the Longhorns can make a good run here.
Do you? Okay. I like Xavier. I really like Xavier, but I guess I'm going to roll with the Longhorns as well because they're pretty highly ranked.
Gotcha.
So.
Arkansas versus UConn. I mean, what I said earlier, I'm going with UConn, obviously, because I believe they'll make a Final Four run. So I'll go UConn.
I agree with that. I like Arkansas though. I can't pick against UConn right now. Maybe later, but not now. So I'm going to UConn.
Fair enough. And the last one, Gonzaga versus UCLA.
I like this Gonzaga team. They look pretty damn strong.
I'm going with
like
the Zags as well. They've had way too many Sweet 16 appearances not to make another deep run. I mean, that's what I think Drew Timme said. He said we've had the same team for a while now, and we've done this dance way too many times for us.
I'd like to see UCLA win though.
That'd be very interesting. Yeah,
I'd like to see UCLA win.
Yeah, I'm going Gonzaga.
You're going Gonzaga? Oh,
yep, Zaga.
I'm gonna have to see what the betting is before.
They play tonight at 9 as well.
Okay, so what's the bet? What's the money line?
Let's see. I can look it up right now.
I'm guessing Gonzaga's favored.
I think it might be the other way around, actually.
Really? I was thinking about going UCLA.
So as of right now, as we're talking on FanDuel, okay, so UCLA is favored by -1.5.
Okay.
I mean, if it was me, I'd bet Gonzaga plus points.
Okay.
I think it would be close even if you lose. So worst case scenario, I bet like maybe Gonzaga plus 5.5 or 4.5.
Interesting. I'm gonna go. I really like this UCLA team. But I think you're right. Gonzaga can make a run. I'm gonna be wrong here. I'm gonna go UCLA.
Nice. Okay.
I'm gonna take the favor.
So then next week we'll give you another update on March Madness, and then we'll do the same thing. Go over the matchups and see who we like. So let's move on to something I know me and John have been waiting to talk about. Some NSL free agency talk. So we got a lot of news that we wrote down and talked about what we want to talk about. So let's get the small stuff out the way, and then we'll get over to the bigger topics. So let's go with the first one. Adam Thielen is now a Carolina Panther. How do you feel about his statement saying this is a Super Bowl capable team?
I don't think they're wrong. I don't think. I think they have pieces. I think they're signing pieces. I think they're a young organization that can spend money, and I think they have the first overall pick. So, I don't know. I don't think he's wrong. I mean, especially in that division. Anyone, we were just talking about Derek Carr getting in. Oh, okay, he's taking the division. There's nothing given in this league. You got to take it. And is Carolina going to go out and take it? They might with these new signees. I like him. I like Sanders.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, I like them getting the first overall pick. Take who the hell you want. You know what I mean? Because you're going to take that person and then go win the division. So
yeah. Speaking of divisions, the Houston Texans are in the AFC South. They picked up former Cowboy Dalton Schultz. I mean, for me personally, this is kind of a weird pickup.
On a prove-it deal, too.
Yeah.
It's only a one-year deal.
I mean, I think that Schultz is a decent tight end, maybe like top 10, top 15 in the league. Why would you go to Houston when there's a lot of playoff-ready teams that need a tight end?
Yeah. Especially since there aren't that many. Like, you're talking about Oakland. You're getting Jimmy G with no tight end. You could have gotten to Oakland for 2 years, something. You know what I mean? You could have 1 year something. Like, if you're going to sign a 1 year deal, why Houston? You know what I mean? Like, who's the quarterback that you want throwing to you? You know what I mean? Like, that's what a lot of people around the league ask themselves, and I think that's why a lot of these players
Davis Mills
are being available.
Davis
Mills, apparently. I like Davis Mills myself, but, like, are you going to be that number one option for him? Do you really believe that?
Actually, they have the number 2 pick, don't they?
They do. They do have the number 2 pick, so they probably will. They'll probably draft somebody to compete with Davis Mills. But I'm saying, go ahead.
I mean, the only way I could possibly see this, why Dalton Schultz thought this, because maybe with Brandon Cooks out, he could be like the number 1 guy, since they have a lot of wide receivers, excluding Brandon Cooks, as he's now in Dallas, but he's the best receiving option there if you look at the roster now. So maybe he's trying to prop himself up even for a bigger payday next year. Maybe.
I mean, you never know. I mean, he's inserting himself to a team that doesn't have like a lot of offensive weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have weapons, but like how many of them are proven? Like Dalton Schultz. We look at Dalton Schultz, we go, okay, he could be a top 10 tight end. You know what I mean? And that's awesome. But like, who's your quarterback? What are you doing? Like, he's doing. This reminds me of not a move like Ingram last year, Evan Ingram. To the Jaguars. You know what I mean? Like, except the quarterback's less proven. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a first overall quarterback, like, on your team already proven, gone through a year of crap, like looking to get upgrade. Like that was a great move at tight end. You know what I mean? That people underestimated to the point where he got tagged this year because he was suspect of going back to the Giants. So like, I don't know. I think it's an interesting circumstance. I'm wondering what he knows that we don't. You know what I'm saying?
He's trying to get a bigger payday. That's my guess, personally.
Like, because, I mean, you could do that. I mean, look at Evan Ingram. That guy is good. You know what I mean? He has solid hands, but, like, he was never known to be that guy who had good hands. You know what I mean? Until last year, until he put up all those numbers with a quarterback that's unproven in this league. You know what I mean? So,
and quarterback with talent.
Same formula. I mean, maybe it's the same formula. I don't know.
Speaking of Dallas, they traded for Brandon Cooks, actually, for 2 picks. So now
What'd they get? What picks?
Second in a conditional, I believe. I know it wasn't a first, but it was a second in conditional.
But if he goes off, like if they win the Super Bowl, it's probably a first.
Yeah, maybe a second and a sixth, to be honest.
Okay, interesting.
So hey, a big problem for Dallas last year was what can you do outside of CeeDee Lamb, and now they have that option. They have the number 2 option.
Is Cooks the answer?
I think. I mean,
is he really Dallas? Is he the answer? Like, I have to go ask my Dallas friends because
he's been consistently good for the last couple of years.
Good as the number 1 option, and with nobody there.
Right.
I mean, I mean,
think about it. You take a lot of pressure off of CeeDee Lamb. You have 2 number 1 guys there, and plus a way better quarterback than Davis Mills.
I mean, so way better.
1,000. I think he had 2 or 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
He did.
Think about it. And no Zeke. You have Pollard. You have Lamb, and you have Cooks, and Schultz is gone.
I don't think
even more targets.
Cooks doesn't have the speed that he once had when he first entered the league, and I think that's his downfall. I think that's where what I look to, like, is he going to be open on 3rd down? I don't know if he will be.
I think
is he really your number 2 that you're bringing in? That you're like, all right, this guy is going to be the second option.
What was his stats last year? His stats last year.
Who's the number 1 option last year, Phil?
He missed some games last year. 699 and 3 touchdowns, and 57 receptions. He was injured for maybe 4 or 5 games.
I gotta hear from a Dallas point of view. I mean, maybe they're happy. Maybe he really is a good number 2.
I would be happy personally.
I mean, that's the guy you're bringing in. I'd rather draft somebody. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. Is that wrong to say?
I think he's proven himself as a solidified wide receiver in the NFL.
I guess he has, but
I mean, obviously,
the Dallas Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl or bust, and they haven't done it since we were born. So, like, what is it? Another bust season? That's my question. Like, is this really an upgrade?
It's always a bust season with the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't know. I like what they've been doing lately. I like how they got Tony Pollard the ball. I mean, they've had some. CeeDee Lamb is an amazing wide receiver. Dak has somewhat proven himself. Maybe not to everyone, but to some people. I think to me a little bit. I think him staying healthy and him helping the Dallas Cowboys year in and year out is helping the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? Like, let's not give him his due. He's brought the team to the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just think, like, this doesn't seem like a move to help me if I'm Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? It should be, but is it really? You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at it like I just got a really young wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb through the draft. That's awesome. You know what I mean? The last 2 offensive rookies of the year were wide receivers. You know what I mean? Why don't we go out and get one? You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, technically they can.
They can.
It's 2nd round pick. They didn't use their first.
But are they going to get one? They're probably going to. I mean, they did already upgrade their defense a little bit. So good.
Honestly, tight end, and maybe they might use it on tight end.
You're going to go a tight end in the 1st round.
I mean, they need tight end and O-line help. If you look at it,
this is.
Who do they have at tight end right now?
Also, they got nobody.
Even that's not the case. Probably O-line. They need O-line more than anything else. Because that O-line is not what it used to be.
They probably do. They probably do need O-line. I don't know where they're going to go in the draft, but
we also have some more ads. Detroit having a pretty good offseason so far. They added Chauncey Gardner-Johnson from the Eagles, who's saying, this is on record, a quote he said, "This Lions team is better than the Super Bowl Eagles team."
That's right, it is. Hopefully.
Really? You agree with this statement?
I hope so. I mean,
I hope so, or so.
I don't know. We don't know until next year. What are we talking about? We're talking about.
I mean, Chauncey Gardner said that without knowing. I'm just saying.
All right, but he plays football. All right, do I play football? I used to play football. I mean, I'm not in the same locker rooms. All right, but like what I'll say with this is that I think the Eagles. I think he left money going to Detroit.
Yeah,
I've heard that he left money on the table going to Detroit, and I think that he was a big move for the Eagles bringing him in last year from New Orleans, and I think the combination of those three corners really helped the Eagles. Like if they could just pick up that, like there was this one play in the Super Bowl where if you optioned to the left and then ran back and then went the same way, they'd switch, so they wouldn't have somebody follow you. So like that's how they scored in the Super Bowl a couple of times. They just like screened out to the left. Like if they just fixed that problem, they probably would have won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Because their coverage was so tight. You know what I mean? The fact that the Chiefs found that one play. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. This is a bad move for the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank God they have 2 first-round picks, because that was the thing that got you to the Super Bowl was the three
defense.
Corners. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the defense. And some people are staying and some people are leaving, and I don't know. I hope they get a little bit weaker. And I think like when players like Gardner Johnson go, when players like Gardner Johnson go, it goes, okay, I can compete with you.
And Javon Hargrave.
Like I'm just saying, like the Giants signed. I don't mean to like break some other news, but we're talking about wide receivers to sign. And the Giants signed
we might as well go with it, yeah,
slot wide receivers. You know what I mean? And Slayton, who could play on the outside as well, and Jamison Crowder, who's a former New York Jet and a Bills wide receiver. So like
he went through the entire New York team.
He did. He played for everyone in New York. Everyone in New York, Jamison Crowder played for.
And New Jersey.
And New Jersey. Whatever. Let's not talk about it. I don't want to get into that. No, but I'm just saying when we're adding pieces. The Giants are adding pieces, whether people think they're significant or not. You know what I mean? So like the Cowboys are adding pieces, whether people think they're significant or not. The Eagles need to keep up, and they need to be on the up and up. You know what I mean? Because they had a great run to the Super Bowl, but you got to keep it going. You know what I mean? You're going to have to pay these people soon. You're going to have to pay Jalen Hurts, who's doing amazing.
The Giants and Cowboys have been having a better offseason than the Philly Eagles so far. I have to admit.
I don't know. It's up in the air right now. I'm still not convinced. I need to see how both do in the draft.
But. For me, as of right now, but pre-draft, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, Slayton and Crowder, I do like them as like rotational pieces, but I still think you guys need that big number one receiver that
I think Slayton is the number one. I know you're going to disagree, but him with Daniel Jones. Hold on. Last year, we were talking about how there was a piece missing. Okay, well, who was injured the majority last year? Darius Slayton was injured the majority last year. If you want to talk about like Jimmy G having Kittle, you know what I mean? Tony Romo having Jason Witten. Daniel Jones has had, yes, he's had Saquon, but he's really had Darius Slayton his whole time in New York. So
but he has Waller now,
and he has Waller as well. But what I'm saying is like he has a familiar wide receiver who can catch the ball. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Big play Slay,
big play Slay. So
I just think that they need if you look at it, all they're missing is that number one. It's a good group of wide receivers, including Darren Waller. I just think to get you over that hump.
Waller's a tight end. Let's relax.
Yeah.
Let's relax.
No, I'm saying, but he receives, obviously.
He does. So, he'll block too, though. He's going to do amazing.
Yeah, I think you guys need that. You guys need a Hopkins. You guys need a Jerry Jeudy, a Cortland Sutton, like someone that could be your true number one guy. You guys need someone to come in clutch when you need them the most.
Well, Kenny Golladay stepped up at the end of last year. He had 2 touchdowns and again, in one of the last regular season games. I mean, I guess
he was supposed to be that guy. Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to be that guy, and like the question here is like, okay, what were the Giants doing last year? They were reevaluating and putting Saquon Barkley into the offense. Okay, they were working with Daniel Jones and Dayball, getting that connection going. You know what I mean? Like, did they have time to establish a number one wide receiver that was healthy? That's my question to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they did. I don't think in the whole, yes, 17 games was a long season, but I don't think in that time they had enough time with everybody to establish a number one wide receiver. So I think no matter what, I mean, hopefully they draft somebody, but no matter what in training camp, they're going to have that time. You know what I mean? It's going to be more time on top of it. So I'm excited to see what happens. And I think in a lot of NFL organizations, people get promoted from within. You know what I mean? Like Victor Cruz, if he didn't have that 3-touchdown game against the Jets in the preseason, does his name get spoken of again after he comes back from injury? You know what I mean? He does the salsa. Exactly. He came up through the ranks. So, like, I'm excited to see what the Giants do, and I'm excited to see what happens. So, do we have any other?
Yep, we had a couple more. Speaking of a New York team that actually plays in New Jersey, the Jets made some moves as well. They did 3 different things as of right now. They traded, they added, and they have piqued someone's interest in free agency. Okay, so they traded Elijah Moore. Let's go off of that.
Okay.
How do you feel about Elijah Moore being traded?
Great. We sent him to Siberia. Have fun, Elijah Moore. No, I'm joking. I love Elijah Moore. I really appreciate your time in New York, and I'm sad to see you go. And when it was first announced, I was actually kind of annoyed we didn't get more for him. I thought he was a great player. I think he's going to be great in Cleveland, and I wish him nothing but the best. And I appreciate your time in New Jersey and New York playing for the Jets.
It happened, yeah.
He had to endure a lot. You know what I mean?
Everyone's getting so crowded now.
I mean, no, but he had to endure a lot of BS from the media and people saying he couldn't play or he was a bad teammate from time to time, like some people with these random reports. And I think Elijah Moore was a great teammate, and I really enjoyed him going out and playing. And the sparks he did have, he's going to have more in Cleveland. So
right, and then they added McCall Hardman, former Chief, speedster. And did you see him and Adam Schefter's little argument on Twitter?
No, what happened? What happened?
So basically, Adam Schefter announced the signing, right? Mm-hmm. So they said the Jets sign former Chiefs receiver McCall Hardman to run jet sweeps and more. Mm-hmm. And how would you feel if someone announced your signing like that?
I mean, I'd be insulted a little bit because I think he's going to score touchdowns and more.
And
personally,
more. He was.
I mean, I just like I don't know who.
Adam Schefter has been a little sticky here recently.
I mean, what's going on with Adam Schefter? Is it because I think it's a Jet thing? I think is he a Dan Marino? Does he automatically pick against the Jets? What's going on here with the Aaron Rodgers lose my number thing to then? I mean, some people say it's a slant. I don't know if it was an intentional slant at the jet sweep thing.
Yeah, I mean, he said and more. So technically, and in my personal opinion, I don't think it was a insult. It was more like he can do this and more things since he's a talented guy. That's
sure.
He just if you would have said a lot more and jet sweep, I don't think he would have been insulted. But yeah, it's just the way he worded it. So
yeah,
how do you feel about him in the system?
I like him a lot. I think he's fast. I haven't looked at his contract. Do you know what he got paid? Was it a 1-year deal? Was it a multi-year deal?
I know those jet sweeps are going to go crazy though.
I mean, if the jet sweeps work, I mean, it'll be interesting to see who's running QB. I mean, we still haven't made that trade yet, and I'm hoping, if not expecting, that trade to get done by the draft, because otherwise the Packers are idiots. Because you have a problem in the offseason, right? And you have to solve this problem. You know what I mean? And one of the reasons you solve the problem is through the draft. So trade us your quarterback who's not going to play for you anymore, and you can have some picks. All right. I don't mean to be like that, but like, let's not prolong this. Let's get it done with.
It's a 1 year, $6.5 million.
That's good. That's a good prove deal. Okay, let's see what happens.
And the final piece, the OBJ could be coming to the Jets. Reports are the mutual sides for a possible union of the two. So how do you feel about that?
I believe it when it happens. I'll say that. I'm wearing a Giants hat. I'm a Giants Jets fan.
Imagine.
I follow every single player we draft, and I follow games to a T. So I know for a fact that OBJ made that catch against the Cowboys, that one-handed catch. It was spectacular. I would love to see him in New York again. When he played in Cleveland, like for Cleveland.
Would you get a half and half jersey?
I would. I'd divide his jersey up, and it'd be half Jets, half Giants, and it'd be awesome. I'm an OBJ fan. I liked him when he was on the Giants. My dad is not really an OBJ fan at all, and this offseason literally might kill him because he's not an Aaron Rodgers fan. He's not an OBJ fan.
Is he a Zeke fan?
I mean, is he a Zeke fan? He's being rumored to the Jets. I doubt that. I don't know. I don't even know how. Let's get into that too, because I don't really believe in the Zeke thing.
Before we talk about that, if OBJ signs, here's the depth chart of wide receivers for the Jets. You have number one,
Garrett
Wilson.
Though. Yes, there you go.
Garrett Wilson, number 1. Allen Lazard, number 2.
Probably number 2. Could be Corey Davis.
OBJ, number 3. You can make a case.
Could be.
And then Corey Davis and then McColl.
Okay.
With your tight ends there. So
yeah.
I like that locker room.
Or it's Conklin and Uzama for tight end.
I like
that. You know. And then we got this young kid from Ohio State who's from Long Island, who I can't remember his name, but he also plays tight end. But no, I don't know what's going to happen.
Rucker or something like that?
Yeah, it's Rucker. Yeah. He's from Long Island. I love his dad, too. He's like an amazing Jet fan. But I don't know. I think Hardman could show us something. If he works on his hands, oh, my God. You know what I mean? Like, he's on a prove-it deal. Let's go. You know what I mean? And then –
So we got to talk about Bills as well.
What'd you say?
We also got to talk about Buffalo. I know you wanted to bring it up.
We do have to talk about Buffalo. Hold on. Let's talk about the Zeke thing first, though.
Okay.
Zeke has been rumored to 3 teams: the Jets, the
Bengals, and Eagles.
What do you think about it?
I'll say I hope he goes to the Jets.
You just want him to go to the Jets so we get mugged and you can pick up whoever we drop off and you can sign them.
No, I mean,
Patriots. That's kind of like honestly, act like the Patriots haven't caught up our sloppy seconds.
No bias. If he wants to, I think if it depends. If he wants to win, you probably go to Cincinnati. But if he wants to be productive, if he wants to be
productive, you can go to Cincinnati. The number 2 in Cincinnati is P. Ryan, who's okay. You know what I mean? But he's not going to produce on the goal line. He's more of a catch out of the backfield.
He's gone too. So.
Oh, is he? Where'd he go?
P. Ryan went to Chicago.
Did he go to Chicago? Okay, cool. Good for him. Nice. I thought he was still the number 2. My bad. I think he'd be amazing in Cincinnati. I think he'd be interesting in New York and Philly. But my problem with both those spots is that it's mudded and you're an older back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no offense, but Zion Bam Williams, if he's faster than Ezekiel Elliott, you know what I mean? And he reads the blocks better and he's a better running back, you play him over Zeke. We don't care about names in New York. We're here to win a Super Bowl.
I think it might be the Eagles. I think if he went there, he'd be the best back in Philly.
You think so?
Because Miles Sanders is gone.
Over what's his face?
Boston Scott?
No, Penny.
I forgot Rashad Penny went there. Well, we also got to see what Rashad Penny has. He was injured last
year. Rashad Penny is
injured.
Huge threat. Like, I think he's going to have
I think it definitely be between those two, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would probably,
But it depends how it performs after his injury.
I mean, Boston Scott might show some people some things, too. He's a giant killer.
Yeah, but he only performs against the Giants.
I know. But do you know about that? Do you know he's literally, like,
he scored a touchdown He literally scored a touchdown against the Giants every single time.
Bro, like, what do we do to this man?
If you're looking for any props, Boston's got a touchdown every time.
Against the Giants, yeah. It's scary.
It hit in the regular season and in the playoffs.
I don't want to talk about it. But, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Zeke. Because, I mean, do we even want him? That's the real question. You know what I mean?
I don't think you guys need him personally, but I think it'd be a nice veteran to the run backs. And if you guys need a goal line back, he'll be your guy.
But we just signed Ty Johnson, who they like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They like Ty Johnson. And I think they like Bam Knight. And I think they like, I mean, I don't even know if Carter's going to get snaps. You know what I mean? And I love Michael Carter.
He's your number 2, isn't he?
Technically. But going into the season, it's like, if we get Aaron Rodgers, we're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
You know what I mean? I think Zeke wants to go where Aaron Rodgers goes too. Who a lot of people see the potential of Aaron Rodgers doing the Jets and say, "Hey, maybe I want to come along for this ride."
Yeah, and then it's like, why would I not want to be that option who throws the Super Bowl pass to? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But, we also got Buffalo to talk about. They signed former Patriots running back Damon Harris.
How about that?
I mean, it's a decent pickup, but I don't think they get any better with this pickup, to be honest.
I think they get a little bit better with this pickup
because they lost Isaiah McKenzie to the Colts. They haven't improved their wide receiver.
That was a trade, though.
No, he signed with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they haven't. I think they lost defense. They lost Trayvon Edmonds. They haven't done anything to improve the offense. And plus, I don't trust any Buffalo running back because they don't do the right run calls or run schemes.
Well, that's my point. That's my point.
If their number 1 running back is still Josh Allen.
Yeah. Well, that's my point on. I think they got better. I think their running backs that were on their roster. I mean, I think you still got Zach Moss, right?
Yep. Singletary's gone.
Singletary's gone to Chicago, but I think you still got Zach Moss, and I don't know. I think they need to establish a run game. You know what
James
I mean?
Cook as well.
Okay, they got James Cook. What about so is Harris like injury prone, right? That's what he was like known on the Patriots. So I mean, like, worst comes to worst, you got a little bit better. You know what I mean? About a guy who's not even there half the time. I don't know. I don't think it was a loss for the Patriots, though. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I don't think it was a loss for the Patriots.
Yeah, they have Ramondre and your James Robinson. I think it'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think James Robinson is a clear upgrade. You know what I mean? But like, I do think if Harris stays healthy and he establishes a position, he would be the number one back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
no, he can't be.
Why can't he be?
It's Josh Allen.
I know, I get it's Josh Allen. I get it's Josh Allen, but Josh Allen also plays the quarterback position. You know what I mean?
And he also plays the running back position when he can't throw.
I mean, I guess, but like, that's only because other people can't play the running back position. If Harris can and he stays healthy, I mean that he might be a fantasy person that look really as a sleeper. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah. Okay. What else do we have? We have two more things and move on to NBA quick.
Right.
Okay. So D-Hop. He has some landing spot that he named himself as well as Zeke. The Bills, since they need a wide receiver to go with Diggs. Yep. The Patriots are on the list.
You can have him. You can have D-Hop. I'll give you. As a pick, go ahead, take D-Hop. What do I care? You know, that's one guy we got to cover. One. I hope you get him. Seriously.
I think someone else. But how do you feel about D-Hop's landing spots? Where would you want him to go?
Huh? Anywhere, not to the Patriots or the Bills. What are we talking about here? I'd like him to go. Where does he play? In Arizona?
AFC Northeast at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to send him to Minnesota. I don't know. Send him to Green Bay. Send him to somewhere that's like
Green Bay.
Send him to Houston. Send him back to Houston. What do I care? Like, I don't. Send him to Carolina. Send him to Atlanta.
Carolina. Now that would be decent.
That'd be an interesting play. Oh my God! You want to talk about a Super Bowl ready team? You got Adam Thielen and Hopkins with that rookie quarterback.
Yeah, listen, bring him over to New England. Either him or Jerry Jeudy. If we get one of those two, I'd be happy.
You're not getting Jerry Jeudy. I don't know why you think you're getting Jerry Jeudy.
I said if. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. I'm saying I would like one of those two.
And realistically, I hope you get Jerry Jeudy because the only way you're going to get Jerry Jeudy is if you overpay for him. Am I right?
Yeah.
It depends. He's worth a first-round pick at least.
Probably, yeah.
So, I mean, to overpay, it'd be a first and a second or a third. Would you really give that up for Jerry Jeudy?
Probably not, but we'll see.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Hopkins, maybe. You know what I mean? Hopkins, I could see you giving up, but like, is there anybody else you'd want as a Patriots, like a wide receiver around the league? Is there somebody you're just looking at that you're like, I don't know, like Hunter Renfrow? Would you ever go out and trade for Hunter Renfrow?
I mean, he would fit the Patriots slot receiver system as Edelman. Yeah. Honestly, we need someone that can get the deep ball. Someone that's great at running. Someone like a Hopkins or a Jeudy or who else? Somebody else. If a T. Higgins, if the Bengals are working him up.
T. Higgins. I'm talking
you asked me personally. This is what I want, right, John?
I guess I did ask you for. I'm saying realistic options, like somebody like a Larry Fitzgerald now, but Larry Fitzgerald isn't in the league. You know what I mean? Like, is there a wide receiver that is actually somewhat available? Like,
T. Higgins is available.
T. Higgins ain't no available.
No, they're thinking about trading him, because they can't pay him and Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what people like you to think, but I think they can play him, Burrow. I think the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs were like, when hell freezes over, I'll trade T. Higgins, get the hell out of here. I mean, of course, what is he going to say? You know what I mean? But
right.
T. Higgins is an interesting option. Who are you going to go get? You know what I mean? Because everyone's number one option. Why are they trading their number one option? You know what I mean? So
maybe Cortland Sutton.
I would really like to see you guys get Amari Cooper. He's older, but he put up an amazing year last year for the Browns. He'd be amazing for you guys. I'd be afraid to play Amari Cooper 2 times a year. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did already.
Well, yeah, but like, I mean, That was hard. You know what I mean? Like, it was hard to play the Cowboys with Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was a hard matchup.
Yeah,
I'm glad when he left the league, I was happy as hell. I was like, these guys are idiots. Like,
okay. And the final thing we want to talk about, Austin Ekeler. He's been saying he wants to like listen to trade offers because does he have a point saying that the running back market has been terrible and that he deserves to get paid more than what the Chargers are actually offering him for
100%.
the extension?
100%.
I mean, he had a lot of touchdowns last year, and he's one of the best running backs in the league. I think he deserves to get paid. And the Chargers, don't fuck this up. He's one of the best running backs, aka one of the best talents in the league.
You don't think they're gonna fuck this up?
They will.
They're gonna fuck this up. They're the Chargers. They're nothing but fucking this up. So right. I don't mean to be like that, but like,
well, you swore. Damn.
I know. I hate the Chargers. I hate them so much. I'm sorry to anyone who's watching who knows me. Who I try not to swear on these podcasts because they're about sports and about like supposed to be about debating about like fair whatever. I hate the Chargers. The Chargers cut LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. They're a franchise of franchise players to ever play for that organization ever. You know what I mean? The one accumulated with their logo, they cut, and he signed with the New York Jets, and that was the greatest year to be a Jet fan. Was when we signed LT. I'll be honest with you, but I don't know. Hopefully they don't. I honestly like to see him in New England. I like to see Ekeler in New England. Why not? Go get him. He'd be crazy.
Him and Ramondre?
He'd be crazy. Or you could trade Ramondre and somebody else.
I'd definitely trade Ramondre for Austin Ekeler. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trade Ramondre for Austin Ekeler. You have him and Robinson.
I would like that.
That'd be crazy.
Okay, so any other NFL news we didn't mention?
I guess for now. I'm excited about the draft. We're gonna talk about some pre-draft things.
Maybe we might do a mock first round draft.
Maybe
possibility. Okay. Next up, we got some NBA talk. Paul George recently, maybe a couple days ago, injured his knee. He's now out with a sprained knee, out 2 to 3 weeks. How do you feel about the Clippers with this news?
I like this in a way. In a way, I like this. And listen to me before you kill me. I like this because I think their younger wings and the rotation it's gonna work better without him. So when he comes back and is healthy and is put back in that rotation, you're gonna have players who would get like 5 minutes, like really mean it in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I think it gives other people some work, you know what I mean, to fill in for Paul George. But I'm not liking it for Paul George. You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry that he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think this Clipper season is possibly cooked.
You think so?
Yeah, because
off of this one news, off of this one thing,
3 weeks
he's cooked.
3 weeks.
He's cooked. Yeah.
Who says he's even healthy when he comes back in 3 weeks? 3 weeks will be the second or first round of the playoffs.
3 weeks is the first round of the playoffs, but I honestly think that he really could come back healthy, and the first round could go like.
It all depends who they get matched up with too.
Yeah, if you could extend the series, you could get him back in time. You really could.
Yeah, but can they with Kawhi and Russell Westbrook? That's a question.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can. I think they can.
It all depends who they play.
Round.
Yeah.
You don't think they can beat in the first round? Come on.
Well, it also depends where they fall as well. They could be a possible.
Well, where are they right now?
Let's see. They could be a possible play-in seed as well at this point. As of right now, they are looking it up right now. See, they are they're a 5th seed. So they have a chance.
So they'll play the 4. Who's the 4 right now?
Phoenix.
They'll play Phoenix. Which honestly can go either way because we don't know where KD's at either, right?
Yep.
So honestly, I like this because, like I said before, your rotation gets a little bit more experience in 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Hey, and they're half a game behind, so it'd be interesting to see. And plus, you think about it, Paul George is out for 2 to 3 weeks, right? That's good. That's the rest of the regular season. The Warriors half a game back. The Timberwolves 1.5 games back. The Thunder 1.5 games back. The Mavericks 2 games back. The Lakers 2 games back. The Jazz 2.5 games back. The Pelicans 2.5 games back.
It really could go anywhere. It really could go anywhere. It really could. But like, I honestly think when you got someone like Russell Westbrook and Kawhi Leonard on a team, I don't see it capsizing. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a boat. It's a win-loss. You know what I mean? And if you lost all those games and we capsize, I could see it happening, but not with those players on the team.
Right. So up next, the last bit of NBA news before we get to our draft, and we're debuting a new challenge we want to do this week. So up next, Zion is out for 2 more weeks. Oh, just more rough news for the Pelicans. They're the 12th seed right now. They're maybe what, a half a game behind of the play-in spot. Just more news for injury for Zion. Do we actually see him getting healthy during his career and actually being productive for the New Orleans Pelicans?
I don't know.
It's just a pattern.
I don't know. I mean, how does this affect his money too?
I think he has some incentives in his contract that he needs to play a certain amount of games as well.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how exactly affects his contract, but this is stressful for New Orleans just because they're supposed to be better than this. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be in. You know what I mean?
A lot of people are hurt for them too.
Yeah.
Alvarado's hurt as well.
Yeah. So I mean, they might not have it. You know what I mean? This might be a harder blow than the Clippers were. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is a fairly deep team too.
Yeah.
And they're what? They're half a game behind of. Actually, no, they're one game behind of 7th. So
anything can happen, but
right. Okay. So that's all that. Not a lot of NBA news because the playoffs are near. So we're gonna go with our draft of the day, NBA International Players Draft. So we're gonna do what? 4 picks and 2 honorable mentions.
Yeah. Can we do the other thing first though? We got to draft first. I'm so nervous with the other thing.
Okay, so fine.
Sorry, I don't mean to switch it up on you. I'm just nervous.
So we can go with the NBA Grid Challenge.
Oh,
so
Jesus. Let's get it.
We saw this online, and I made a random one maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. You have to match both sides. So me and John will be going head-to-head and to see who can get the most spots. Or do you want to do tic-tac-toe style? Whoever can get 3 diagonal or
how do you want to go for the most? Let's try to go for the most.
Okay, so I'm going to pop it up right now. And this was made recently, so I had no time to research this, John, as a heads up.
I'm screwed.
And we should know these basic things as a heads up. It's a very simple one. If you don't, I'm worried for you.
Oh, you might be worried for me.
Let me know when it pops up.
Okay.
So on the left side.
Oh, wow. Okay.
NBA champion, Hall of Famer, and a first-round draft pick. And on the top side, the Knicks, Mavericks, and Celtics. So basically, for an example, for this spot right here, someone that was a Maverick and a Hall of Famer. And then obviously the other side, Boston and a champion, Knicks first-rounder. So
who's not a Hall of Famer and a champion from Boston? Could you do the same for every answer?
I mean, as long as you take that spot, it's yours. So okay. I'm gonna let you go first, John. You can pick whatever spot you want. Where do you want to start? Kick us off.
I'd like a moment of silence for my first overall. Who unfortunately passed away a couple days ago. We're gonna go Willis Reed.
Okay.
New York Knicks.
Gotcha. So your name will go in this spot right here.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Moment of silence. Hold on, moment of silence. All right, we're good. Thank you.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna take an obvious one off the spot. We're gonna.
Wait, you put first rounder?
Oh, sorry, Hall of Famer. My fault.
Sorry.
Wait, you said did you use it for champion or?
I'm gonna use it for champion.
Okay, gotcha.
Because there are less champions than Hall of Famers on the New York Knicks. But all right, let's go.
I'm gonna stick with this one. I'm gonna go. Someone has been in the news recently for contesting about his moment in the game. I'm gonna go Paul Pierce, NBA champion and Boston Celtics. So I'm gonna go there. And this is a very simple one. So obviously, hopefully we get most of these. John, where would you like to go next?
All right. I don't know if technically he is in the Hall of Fame.
Before you continue, if you get it wrong and if it doesn't pass through the research, the other person gets to steal it.
Okay. But technically, this player has a statue outside of his arena. So technically, I would say he's in some type of Hall of Fame.
Is he in the Naismith Hall of Fame?
Bro, I don't know technically.
Oh, it's up to you. If you say the name, go. If I were you, I'd go with the guarantees. Who are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of Dirk for Dallas.
Are you Hall of Fame or first rounder?
Damn, Bill. I don't know. Is he not in the Hall of Fame?
No, not in the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Oh, you're talking about the Naismith Hall of Fame? That's what you're saying? All right. So I'm going to go first rounder. Watch, Dirk was a second round pick, wasn't he?
Let's see. Actually, Dirk will be inducted into this year's Hall of Fame, so he's not just in there just yet.
Okay, so he's technically not old enough to be in the Hall of Fame yet.
He was drafted pick number 9 in the first round.
Yeah, that's what I picked.
Yep. So you got it.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna go. Let me go. Jason Kidd, Dallas and a champion.
You're such a fucking asshole.
Just
oh my god.
What we got?
Wow, this guy really just did that. Just did that. Oh, you savage. All right, good for you. I love you, Phil. Thanks for doing that. I'm gonna go Obi Toppin, New York Knicks.
Ew, that is
first rounder.
Nasty.
All right, well, he's still a first rounder. I don't care.
Touché. Okay. Speaking of first rounders, I'm gonna go Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics.
Good for you, Boston Celtics.
So we got all Hall of Fame players left.
Okay.
Careful, John. Don't mess up.
Don't do it to me if you can't have it done to you. I'm gonna go Larry Bird, Boston Celtics.
Okay, good pick.
Thank you very much.
Larry, hold on, let me write your name. Okay, so I have Knicks Hall of Famer, and Dallas Hall of Famer. Let's go Patrick Ewing. Let's go easy.
Good for you.
Let's go, Pat. So, John, to win the game for yourself, you need a Dallas Hall of Famer.
A Dallas Hall of Famer. Fudge. I'm trying to think of somebody. They're a young organization, are they not?
Fairly, but they do have some Hall of Famers. For the win.
Give me a second. I'm thinking about somebody. I'm thinking.
Wait.
I don't know. I think he played small forward. I'm thinking about. I
got this name locked and loaded already. So John, you have one shot. Don't miss.
I know. I'm trying to get his full name right because he. Damn it! Hold on. Is it Vinny Smith or David Smith or you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Or no? Am I fucking it up? Is it McGuire? Can I go McGuire? Dallas?
Mark McGuire?
Yeah.
Let's look it up. I'm gonna look it up just to be safe. So Mark McGuire.
I have no idea.
Is Mark McGuire a Hall of Famer?
I don't know if his name's Mark, but it's
Mark McGuire, right? McGuire.
It's McGuire, Dallas.
Yeah, Mark McGuire, a former basketball player, correct?
Yes.
Hall of Fame. Is Mark McGuire from the Mavericks a Hall of Fame? Oh, I don't think so.
He's not in it at all? Phil, if I do research and he's in the damn Hall of Fame,
Mark McGuire is not in the Naismith Hall of Fame. He's in the College Basketball Hall of Fame, though.
That's the same Hall of Fame. Basketball only has one Hall of Fame. It's the same building.
Let me double check.
I'm just saying, you need to do that research.
College Basketball Hall of Fame inducted in 2016.
Interesting.
You know what? Let's give it to you. I'm fine with that.
Thank you.
My pick was going to be Steve Nash.
Oh, was it? He's in the Hall of Fame? As a Mav?
Just in general.
Interesting.
Yeah, Steve Nash got inducted into the Hall of Fame. This was a while ago. Yeah.
You know, actually, I got a different one for you. That I think is in both. I'm going to go Dennis Rodman.
Yep, that counts.
Nice.
Okay, so John wins. So with that being said, that's been our NBA Grid Challenge. We're going to do a lot of these down the road. NFL as well. So, hey, hopefully our knowledge is a lot better. I decided to go with a simple one just to kick things off, get our feet wet a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty simple, but I like it.
Yeah, so these will be in our podcast segments as well. Make sure to tune into that playlist. And we'll see you in the next segment, whatever it is. I think a draft. It'll probably be the International Players Draft, so tune into that. With that being said, we'll see you in the next video. Do this. Okay, our draft and our last segment of the night, the NBA International Players Draft.
Okay, what? Oh, it's the NBA International Players Draft.
Yep. So I'll go first since you got the first pick. You had the first pick in the Grid Challenge.
Did we rock paper scissors shoot it?
No, we didn't rock paper scissors shoot for the Grid Challenge.
All right, I guess not.
Okay. So, do you want to do 4 and then 2 honorable mentions, or how do you want to do this for draft?
Yeah, we can do whatever.
Okay. So, welcome to the NBA International Players Draft. We're going to do 4 picks and 3 honorable mentions. Look at 7 picks. So, with that being said, I will go first. John will be going second. My first pick, one of my favorite international players of all time, one of my favorite players ever, Dirk Nowitzki.
Nice pick.
Get Dirk.
He put it on the map. I'm gonna go with one of the last international players to win a championship. I'm gonna go with the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Good pick. Okay. I'm gonna go with someone that helped inspire Giannis's game. I'm gonna go someone that played for the Houston Rockets and someone that rhymes with one of our hosts. I'm gonna go Hakeem Olajuwon.
Nice. I like that one. I like that.
Dream Shake.
A Dream Shake. Interesting. I like that one a lot. I'm gonna go with Batman's arch nemesis. Some call him the fake Larry Bird for his stupid MVPs that he doesn't deserve to win. I'm gonna go with Nikola Jokic. Yeah.
Wow.
Is it petty or is it true?
Oh.
His nickname's the Joker, and has he made it out the first round? My question.
Yep. Breaking news for the MLB season coming up. Phillies first baseman Rhys Hoskins tears his ACL in spring training. Oof. That's a loss.
That's a loss.
Right.
Sad for them. I guess they won't be repeating again.
It's possible still.
No, they're gonna lose.
We'll make sure to do a segment for MLB predictions next week as well. Let me go Steve Nash. Let me go point guard, the Canadian.
Oh, he's a Canadian. He is.
Yep, one of my favorite point guards of all time as well.
Okay, you gotta go with the faves. I'm gonna go with since I went to current players. I'm gonna go with a personal Hall of Famer because I don't know if he's technically there yet. I'm gonna go Pau Gasol.
Oh, that's a good pick.
I went to go see his little stone brick in Spain. I took a picture right next to it.
Right. I'm gonna go with someone that's a favorite of the podcast as well as our co-host Elijah, the guy from the Mavericks, the guy who took over for Dirk Nowitzki. Then go Luka Doncic.
Luka, yeah, that's a nice one. That is, I guess, pretty nice. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it some old schoolness. I'm gonna go with. Damn it. You know, I want to match this just because I don't know if it's 100% true, but I'm gonna go Kyrie Irving.
Australia. I think he's
technically Australian.
Is he Australian? Let me see. Kyrie Irving.
Or is he from Brooklyn? He could be from Brooklyn.
International? Because he was born in Australia. Yep. Kyrie Irving, Australian.
Thank you very much.
Let me go with let me go with my boy. I'm another personal favorite. Shooting guard.
That's right.
Number 20 from the San Antonio Spurs. Ginobili. Manu Ginobili.
The whole reason Kobe Bryant wanted to play defense in the Olympics. Manu Ginobili.
So fourth round. That was my fourth pick.
Yeah. So we got 2 honorable mentions.
So it's your fourth and then 2 honorable mentions.
Yes. Okay, got you. That was
RJ Barrett.
Really good pick. I mean, I was thinking about it. I really was thinking about RJ Barrett. But I'm gonna go with the better international player here. I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid.
Ooh, okay, I like that pick. Cameroon, I believe.
Big on centers and Kyrie. That's it. That's
Cameroon center.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a center that we have not named yet. That's very huge internationally, especially in the country of China and the continent of Asia. Let me go. My first honorable mention, Mr. Yao Ming.
Mr. Yao Ming.
Got to.
Welcome to the honorables. You are very honorable. Honestly, should have been picked. Sleeper pick that we should have had. My bad.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna go with. I have no idea. This is hard. This is really hard. You know, he's my boy. He's through and through. He's Canadian. I'm gonna go with RJ Barrett.
Okay.
Yo, the Canadians have been getting a hard rap in basketball lately. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna continue to stick with the Canadians. Let me go Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Very nice.
That round off my picks.
I'm gonna go with a guy that technically sacrificed his career in New York,
for others to have joy.
Okay. Porzingis.
Yeah, no, close. It's very close. I'm gonna go
Mariani?
Danilo Gallinari.
Ooh, current Celtic.
He's a current Celtic who got injured, unfortunately. I'm sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
But he was a Nick at one point, and he had an amazing 3-point shot. Amazing. And he was a part of that Carmelo Anthony trade.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. So that's our NBA International Players Draft. Make sure to check out all our other segments and drafts down below in the podcast segments playlist on our Baller Central YouTube channel.
I got one more. I'm sorry.
Damn, during the outro, go ahead.
I know during the whole outro. I gotta say it because I can't believe you didn't. I'm gonna go with Shea.
Shea.
Gilgeous-Alexander technically is.
I did say him.
Oh, you say? Oh, when he was in your first? My bad.
He was my last pick.
Oh, was he? My bad. I thought you didn't say Shea. My bad.
I said Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I said SGA.
Okay, you
yeah.
said Shy. I was looking. I was trying to hear Shea. I don't know why. Is he Shy or is he Shea?
It depends how you pronounce it.
Okay, but to get it right. Sorry, is it Shy or Shea?
I think it's Shai.
Okay, cool.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Got you. I'll get that next time.
Well, outro wasted for nothing.
I know, I'm sorry. I had to. Well, I mean,
we'll keep that in there. So with that being said,
absolutely. My bad.
This has been our NBA International Players Draft. Let me know whose list you like better, mine's or John's. Make sure you check out all our other draft and podcast segments. We added an NBA Grill Challenge, something I wanted to try for a while there as well. So make sure you tune in to that in the Baller Central YouTube channel as well. And we'll see you in the next video. Enjoy. Okay, so an hour and 11 minutes, pretty much on target. Outro. Hey, John, any last words?
Bro, I'm sorry. I confused that outro with this outro. So my bad. That's honestly my last words. Shout out to George. For obvious reasons. Shout out to George. Shout out to George. Shout out to our intern George.
New baby
for being
father.
Amazing. New baby father. But,
shout out to Aisha too for giving birth to the kid.
Facts. Honestly, mostly Aisha. You know what I mean? Not saying George didn't do a good thing.
She had to push out that big ass forehead outside of her. So
wow. Let's not say that. But all right.
I just did.
But overall, it was a great podcast. It was it's been a great week. Glad to be back and excited to see you next week.
Yep. So next week we have a lot to talk about. Fantasy basketball will be possibly wrapping up. More March Madness talk, and NBA playoffs get closer and closer. So make sure you stay tuned into that. For my last words, hey, thank you, John, for coming through. Me and John have been backpacking Baller Central recently, so shout out to John for putting some weight on his shoulders. I appreciate that. And Baller Central podcast, I think as of right now we upload every Friday at noon, so make sure you tune to that. Down below, YouTube, Google Podcasts, fuck Google Podcasts actually. They always upload it a day or two late.
Mad late, Google Podcasts. Why?
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor has been taken over by Spotify. So
Thank
Spotify
God.
twice. So
Thank God Spotify twice.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So with that being said, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week. And for me and John, have a good rest of your night or day whenever you're watching this.